It's time to get into some FACEIT League. We've got your lower bracket semifinals here for NA Expert tonight. We'll be in top 3 by the night's end. Take a look at our bracket. Last night we had the 3-0 from Tapire over Helios, sending Iliad Helios down into the lower bracket final. So we won't get an Iliad versus Iliad grand finals. Unfortunately, that is no longer in the cards. We could still see an Iliad v Iliad lower bracket finals though, which would still be pretty amazing for that org to get 2 teams into top 3. Honestly, 2 teams into top 4 is insane just as is, period, right now. Like, that's rad. But yeah, 2 in top 3. I mean, that's even better. But you're gonna have to go through the Red Hot Wizard Cats to make it happen. So, I mean, a pretty cool story, pretty cool history. Both these teams have some extensive history in FACEIT League. The Cats started in Expert, placing 21st. Though they did go positive in the season, they ended up in Advanced for Season 3, where they placed 2nd overall, and right back here into Expert for Season 4. Part of this graduating class that we've seen rise up here in 2025 has done well enough that we're going to see them in Master Division for Season 5. The only thing that remains for Cats here in this season is to claim the championship. Is to upset everybody, can kind of surprise everybody, which I think they've already done just by making it this far. So look at the record. Their losses are to Tapire, who's waiting in the grand finals, Jurassic, Spark, who are both already out, and then Artemis. Artemis is one of the blemishes here for this 12-4 squad. I mean, not bad in their return into Expert. I mean, finishing 12-4, I believe 4th place overall. Yes, got 4th place overall. We're tied with Helios in record. I believe had the map diff, but did lose that head-to-head, though it was extremely close. So, I mean, it was an insane match between these two back in regular season. I think we're in for another banger here tonight. A lot of awesome players here, a lot of awesome next-ups. I can't wait to see both of these squads in Master Division next season, and see how far these 2 squads and these 10 players, these 10+ players can continue to climb. Who do I think takes this one? I mean, how tough is this one going to be to call? I don't know. Wizard Cats with a little bit of a flub against Yuzu. I mean, I'd say that's a little bit of a drop. Not one we'd expect them to lose. The loss to Tapire from Artemis, a bit more, not expected. But understandable. It feels like it's 2 very, close top teams. So as far as consistency lately, I'd say Artemis has the edge. And Artemis did complete the reverse sweep previously. Oh, hey, we're past the top of the hour. We're in some voting. Cats with the far ban? Oh, no, it's the other way around. Cats ban Kiri. Thank you, copyright free music. We're going to head Samoa here from map number 1. I remember, Fern. I remember you playing with Square before.
Round 1. Capture the objective.
Most casters just call him Pain. Fair enough. Pain it is. Pain's on the Tracer. With the Hazard Cup going up against the Winston Cup here to start. Hit that early pick. So, Space giving up early here from Artemis. Now, although not the cap, Pain's able to move in and at least deny that. Great sleep in the back line, though. It resulted in a very purple Maverick getting booped off a course. It's chased out, finished off by Benevolence. Oh, I got Space. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. 20% count on the board here. For Cats. Yeah. Oh. Nano boost on the key. combining with Mick. Everybody trying to flip the point here from Artemis. And a quick move from Artemis. They're able to get away, but they get caught. Isolated inside. The sandwich collapses down. Melts the cheese. Mmm, delicious. Leap in on the Benevolence. Summer just in time to save them. Beans on the point as well. Oh, but eats a stick to try to get off of the objective. It was a good job to save the team as well as deny Cap. They put themselves in a vulnerable spot there for Pain to pick up that stick. So 4v4 on the point with Pain finding a difference maker on the Mick. Taking the Genji Blade out of this fight. Flip does come through here for Artemis. Pain's already got 2 on the board. Key takes a volley of headshots coming back in. Does get the Primal Rage on. He's going to leap into the back with that. Right on top of the Juno. You got to be careful. Ducky's got a overclock into this fight. Ooh, I had an overclock into this fight, should I say. Industrial now trying to fend off the Winston. The rally might just give him the edge. Key was low. Key wins out the duel with 30 health remaining. Meanwhile, Nano was thrown on to Mick in this. Nano Blade helps fend off the rest of the point while Key was chasing supports around. Flip comes through here for the Cats. Thank you. I appreciate the blessings. Very considerate. Benny with a overclock from the high ground. Nice pair of shots landed on the Mardux. Duck does find Mick, but Benevolent still had that OC going. Ooh, Pain answers right back. This is going tit for tat through the kill feed. And Duck is going to be the one to find Benny on the back of it and disrupts the order of things. Still, overtime call. Pain's the only one left, and the Coconuts go over to Artemis. Or the Cats, excuse me.
Score 0-1. Ready for battle.
But like, really a battle of the DPS there on that first round. Mick fighting for middle control, actually not on the flank, leaving Key that was on the top left high ground. A bit of an interesting adjustment. Might have left an open alley. You know, you see Pain trying to work into this back line, and Duck was fighting through the Welcome Center over here. But neither are able to get purchased. Neither are able to really find enough entrance on those flank angles to make the back line uncomfortable. Good rotation, good plan out of the gate. Wonderful rollout there from Cats. Oh, Key gets melted. Not able to get out. Might have been better off just trying to hide between the little piece of cover, but tries to step back towards the point. Gets picked, might leave an opening here for Artemis to come back. Peasy with a wicked 70% built up towards that first sound barrier, but those were not far behind on the nano boost. Ahead of both supports on the other side. That purple will not land. It keeps going in anyways. Hey, better late than never, Imperish. Good to see you. I appreciate you being here. Fartimus? Whoa. Whoa. Industrial low on health. Purple. Key Nano moves in to find them. Ooh, easy peasy. Comes up with a kill. We'll not get the sound barrier into this fight. Still the DPS from Artemis got thwarted on this one. We'll get a float.
Taking the point.
Artemis a quick re-engage back into this point. And Pain's gonna land a stick. That's how you want to start. Take the on out of the fight immediately. Now an orbital from Mardux, and Mick is under a lot of duress. Gets chased down. Pain had all the blinks they needed to find. That final blow returns to the fight. This is gonna be yet another flip. Neither team really been able to hold on to this point. This is gonna be a colorful, flashy fight coming up, though. Sound barrier available here for the Cats. Gonna have rally from Artemis. B-Blade combo. Look for a disengage there from Artemis. They're gonna get pushed away from Key's Primal Rage. Now the rally is popped to help survive it. Industrial seems to be the point of pressure here. Benny comes in, backed by the sound barrier. Mick holding on to the blade. As Benny once again takes up shop inside the Welcome Center. Duck trying to pop their overclock. In fact, it's going to be dueling overclocks. Benny's low. Zuero doesn't have much health. And here comes Maverick on the chase of the exit picks. 81% and counting from the board for Artemis. Beautiful shot there out of Duck. Ooh, Downpour does catch on to Benny, the backline. Oh, Payne gets the kill just before the dash comes through. Frame perfect for a difference in fight there. Or at least frame perfect cleanup. A Nano Blade whip shot back won't make it back to the point. We're headed to round 3.
Score 1-1. Ready for battle.
Oh, great opener from Duck. Aggressive roll. Part of the speed of this composition. You see, they got the advantageous position around the reactor. I couldn't think what to call that thing there for a second. Leads to a wonderful first pick. Duck delivered on that. Pressure coming through. Duck's gonna go back and leave the team in a 4v4 while they get the cap. Looks like the whole team's backing up. Speed, ring use, rotate. Key is on the Arisa now. I love this skin, by the way. This skin is amazing. Ooh! Perfect wall, though. Does leave a little bit of room for heals to get through, but not enough for Key to escape. Key has the Fortify. They're able to top up as everybody from Wizard Catch just huddles in and totals up to survive the assault. Now it's their turn to go. Make way off this deep flank angle. Gotta be careful that charge rail from Duck. Oh, and the immediate attack. Maverick just jumps the gap to assassinate the Brig. Part of what makes this hazard so dangerous. If you're not playing 30 meters away, you are within striking range of the hazard. But he avoids the jagged block or the spikes of the block. They're at the end. Spiked guard, I think is what it's technically called. Rally up and Cats continue to push. Gonna use Terror Surge. Brig drops into the hole, bounces back up with 1 health. Mick is giving chase. Trying to find kills in the backline, but Duck is cleaned off the front with this OC. Finishing off the 3-piece with a kill on the Key. Artemis hang on to this point through a nasty fight. Zerno swaps onto an Ana. Perhaps to try to help fend off Maverick on this front line, threaten with some sleeps and some nades. Orbital combined with the dive and the downpour. And that is a wonderful attack and a terrible camera angle. Mick tried to swing it with a late blade at a 99% overtime going. Needed to find a kill here, but just gets thwarted, forced off the point. PZ was still keeping the yellow bar going, but only temporarily. Artemis swing this one back, and they will take map 1.
Play of the game.
A close map indeed. And what would look like Cats had the edge there early. So, Suravasa picker from the Cats, and the Hazard targeted. Immediately taking out Marnix's first choice there as we head to a what is a long kind of a flat and fast map. Great map for a Hazard. So good ban here from the Cats. Makes sense to me at the very least. Where's the Hazard? There's the Hazard, man. All right, well, they're finalizing some lineups. Let's take a look at some stats from map 1. Artists kind of ran away with that one towards the end there, didn't they? It started off so darn close. Looking at, I said Marnix, I meant Maverick's pick. But looking at Maverick with 11.5k damage leading the lobby. Get set up for Suravasa here from map 2. Was a Juno ban coming in from Artemis. We are getting Mono coming in. Okay. So Key goes to the bench. Mono comes in to play tank. We'll see if the Cats on their map pick and with a little bit of change there on the front line. Bring it back here. Head into Flashpoint from map 2. Ramacha from both sides. Lucy Curie from both sides. But Pain goes into the Tracer, Mick goes into the Pharah. Ooh. Maverick pushed up a little too close. Did have the cooldown to hold that point. The rest of the team rotated all the way around and just Maverick got overwhelmed. Now it looks like they got a little bit separated as Artemis did not have all their guns prepared, all their resources prepared to try to take those stairs, and They're still recovering from it here a little bit. Maverick trying to get aggressive despite losing Duck on the approach. See if they can claw back a 4v5 here. Wano popping the Nemesis to try to get back into cover. Maybe got a little greedy, throwing a couple extra punches in. Took way too much damage trying to back away. Great recognition, good focus fire there from Artemis to find the opening kick onto the tank. Losing pain, I mean, you take that trade. The Tracer for the Ram any day and twice on Sundays. One shot landed. There's the second shot on to Peasy. Ducky continues to press. Let's see some Ducky votes there in chat. Good fight there for the Artemis. They'll flip this. Slight rush advantage here for, I guess what's technically the defense of Artemis right now. Or Artemis looking to hold this point. If they recognize it, they are going to go aggressive. Okay, they're going to gamble on it. They've got the advantage. Zoero's able to build up those last few percentages, though, and answer back. Mick playing low to the ground with this far forward, as many rockets as they can, down range. A good disengage has gotten the back line of Artemis all the way to the stairs. Industrial close to the sound barrier, but Benny's already got an overclock in play. Payne dies for the second time during this fight. Point's going to get flipped as Maverick doesn't quite get back onto it in time. Sound barrier's able to get ducked to the high ground, but Easy Peasy has managed to build theirs, has the second beat. Wizardcats are not giving up control at this point that easy. Payne making a return. Pulse very wide in the back. Mono with an annihilation. Moves in to clean up both supports. And that could just spell disaster here for Artemis on this point. Duck and Payne were too low to try to come in to help out their tank. No healing, no sustain left on this point. Payne's able to trade out one, but will not escape, and there's the cap.
Next flashpoint, temple.
Over the top. Get the barrage. Ooh, trades with Duck for it. Vinny got industrial while that was happening, though, so, you ended up a +1 despite the 2 DPS just going tit for tat. Manoa cleans up on the objective. Good fight here for the Cats. Hey, I appreciate the ducks. Thank you. Thank you. Continuing rushes from Mardix and Zuero are staying deadlock even here so far through Suravasa. Extremely important ult in this fast and flat kind of map. Our fox-laden paths crisscrossing over the objective, but Maverick is leveraging a bit more map control out of it. Mardix puts their head out a little too far. Wide peeks into the sightlines of Benevolence, who's but moments away from another OC. A little bit ahead of Duck. While a flip comes through for Artemis, it's precariously being held onto at the moment. Wide swing here from Benevolence. Looking for something in the back line. Has to fend off Payne first. A couple of shots onto Industrial. Looking at the sound barrier on the point. Between the two, Benny's 3-piece. This will get the Cats right back in control. Marduk swift step out. Oh, okay. Was able to get out a little bit further. That second swift step coming up just in the nick of time. Duck, on the other hand, cannot teleport across the map wildly. Concussion used to kind of stall out the team a little bit. Grab the Lucio, so Payne has to make a dash onto this point. Now, Manoa fell with the beat annihilation combo here from Artemis. And support's grabbing some precious high ground out there. Those Mardix and Industrial really help clean off the high ground and keep Benevolence at bay. If Benevolence just gets to sit on that roof and fire down onto the point, I don't think Maverick has near that much success. What's up, Unfeatured? Hey, I appreciate you being here. Rush out Azuero onto the objective. Actually has Marduk's beat a little bit this cycle. Duck is just silent there with the OC. Meanwhile, we hear Mick screaming about some justice on this objective. Nothing but red outlines left on the point. And Cats at 99%. This is enough to put them up 2-0.
Next, Flashpoint Garden.
Benny and Cat cycling to the point. Maverick's able to grab this corner. This is an important corner. That opens up these sight lines towards the stairwell. That was a really good move. I believe that's an amp speed out of Industrial. It's hard to tell. But Artemis made that rotation very quickly to seize this opportunity. And I think it's going to pay dividends. Kitsune Rush tossed up the stairs. A pretty damn good Vortex as well, but nobody falls. Backline, Cat's doing a good job getting everybody out of harm's way, but they do give up first cap through this. Benny with a slick little dodge over the pulse bomb. Payne struggling to get those stuck down to that. Sound barrier engaged. Pushing forward with all five. All five hit by the sound barrier, rather. Good advantage over Industrial that. And absolutely catching Artemis a little bit slow on that rotation, where they made the fast rotation in. It was a slow rotation to try to get out, and they get stuck on the very same corner that they leveraged into first cap. Industrial does have the only sound barrier in this fight. Cannot afford to get hit by this overclock. Benny's looking for it. They know the sound barrier was not used in that previous fight, so Industrial's going to find themselves with a massive crosshair on their head. Big bounty on the Lucio right now. Kitsune Rush thrown in. Once again, we're going to see the Cats try to get aggressive. 81% towards the final point needed on this map to tie up this series. Maverick taking a lot of pressure, gets moved to the outside and demolished by that barrage. But the OC thrown in, or yeah, absolutely. Overclock on top. Sound barrier. Ducks got 3 in this fight. Artemis aren't done with Suravasa, not by a long shot. I think even Virtual was getting a little sweaty. It was holding her breath a little bit there on that fight. Huge play out of Duck, and oh, Mick gets stuck, gets caught, trying to find an opening pick. I don't think recognized just how many reinforcements were available on that top side. Industrial was not alone. Sound barrier for Mono to move on to this point. Just batters down Duck in the corner. Annihilation's going to be popped from both teams. It's just Maverick and Payne left. The Payne has already picked up one, and Maverick's going to grab a... Excuse me, Monoa is going to finish off Maverick. So I will find a camera angle. Somebody that's left alive here eventually. It's not Payne. Spoiler. That's enough. Cats are going to tie us up here on map 2.
This ends now.
All right. We're tied up 1-1. All right, so no sweeps, no reverse sweeps. We're locked in neck and neck. Just perfectly balanced as this match should be. Dorado pick coming in from Artemis. Cats are going to stay in the red outlines. The has-been worked well for Cats in that last one. Ooh, Artemis targeting. Well, we saw the Winston in map 1, and Dorado pick here out on Artemis for map 3. Curious if we see any adjustments in the front line. Was Mondo staying at? I don't remember Mondo and having a. Maybe Mondo does play Winston. You know what? Maybe I'm just delusional on that one. That is an Artemis band of honor, though, for sure. Let's go take a look at some stats while they're figuring out the other band. OW99, thank you for the follow. Get that band plugged in. All right, what stands out for us from stats? Ooh, PZ with a lot of deaths. But, yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Your Cats, that's map 1. No wonder. I was about to say, that didn't look right. That's way PZ with way fewer deaths than map 2. Way fewer deaths than map 2. They'll say, that did not look right. Well, that's more what I expected to see. It's Mick. It's Mick who ends up being the focus of Artemis there in that map. Mono comes in off the bench, gets 26 in 3, most elims, most damage in the lobby there. Mick is the only other person to put 5-digit damage on the board, so you know what, maybe we forgive the 8 deaths, contributing that much into the team fights. You can hear the southern sounds of Dorado as we get loaded in here for map number 3. Knotted up at 1 apiece in your lower bracket semifinals. Winner will go on to face Iliad Helios in the lower bracket finals tomorrow. Wait, let's check the other band. We clocked the Ana band. What was the other band? Diva band coming through from the Cats. We are seeing Key back in, it looks like. So Key comes out, showing us the hazard. I need more bull skunk money. What are they saying? What are they saying?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
Psycho's saying, let me make my preds real quick. I love it. I love it. Oh, we missed the opening shot. I'm sorry, Betty. I'm sorry. I was too busy looking at chat. Make almost the same deaths as their whole team. Almost. One shy. Hey, you know what? Like I said, you put up a bunch of damage. It's okay. It's okay. Mick now on a Tracer. We're actually running the Tracer Genji double flanker combo here. So very aggressive, very fast pace composition in from Cats. They get thwarted right at the line. A lot of high ground fire coming in. The drop from Maverick risky. It ends up trading themselves for a kill out of the Genji. With that spawn so close for Cats. Not sure that the defense is going to be happy with that one as they try to retreat and group back up in the courtyard. The stream's better quality than my coach stream. Oh, I don't know about all that, feature. Don't put that on me. I say plenty of dumb shit here too, I have no doubt. Kitsune rush fight. Sound barrier from Peasy right out the gate. Betting they have the lead, and they absolutely do. Now can they get anything with it? Peasy's gonna move in, find one. Hell, let's just watch some Peasy pop. Going playing into the Kitsune rush on the opposite side. Will help with a kill onto Marnix in the back line. Avoid the pulls from Mick. Sound barrier thrown into Industrial to try to close this out, but a downpour is going to catch a low Maverick, and Industrial's not getting out of that one either. This will be a cap on the back of that pair of ultimates there from Wizard Cats. They're making magic happen here in Dorado. They'll have about 4.5 minutes headed to point B.
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
Yeah, you see, I am super angry now. Great wall out of Maverick. Oh, tangibly just enough for Key to get past. Okay, so there's no hit scan for Wizard Cats to put any kind of long range pressure on this. So it does create a bit of a challenge. Everybody just staging on the stairs. You gotta imagine they're trying to find a good target. Maybe it's just Maverick. Maybe the goal is just take down the tank. Well, that takes too long. Duck lines up the shot. Now Cat's missing one of those precious DPS. Benny's so close to that ultimate too. That may have just been the plan, is to use that to engage. Not gonna happen this time. I'm kind of surprised, honestly, to see, with as fast a composition as this is, to see them all approach kind of bunched up as they are. You can have Vinny kind of dash in from the side. Psycho can swift step in. Mick, I like Mick is putting some cart pressure in now. I like this. Make this defense, force the defense to kind of think in different directions. Pain is simply there to match at the moment. So Tracer duel on cart. Benny's going to try to go in with the blade. The beat was still a little bit behind. Peasy's going to go in and drop it. See if they can bolster the katana in the back line, but still gets thwarted by Maverick. So now with that used, what do Wizard Cats have to take the second half of this point? Kitsune rush and retaliation coming in from the defense, and Industrial's going to catch Peasy on the way out. Despite not having the sound barrier advantage, still ends up getting the last laugh in this engagement. All right, a swap to Tor, but a big advantage as far as this Kitsune is concerned. With the wall down, this has got to be the go time. Downpour, you try to protect against it. Key gets caught, isolated. The rest of the team was stuck up top. And Key got yanked down into the low ground. What a play, what a downpour. Maverick leaps backwards, turns and drops the ultimate, and completely turns the tide of that fight. So 3 of the 4.5 minutes now subtracted from the clock. Pain sneaky with the pulse. What you looking for? Oh, that Judo has no clue. Oh, Peasy never saw it coming. Time to make the micro adjustments. Set up. Take a breath. Sip of your coffee before landing that stick. That's another 30 seconds off the board. So with 60 to go. Downpour perfectly protected by the Suzu. Maverick with a ton of health, not phased. Kitsune rush once again in retaliation. Marnik seems to have these on cooldown. Has outpaced Psycho by a considerable margin here in these last 4 minutes. Maverick turning that one into a couple kills inside the vault as this fight gets up close and personal with a beautiful jagged wall. Will pretty much seal the fate of Key, although turns their damage attention onto the Tracer. Leaving Key to just stand there and block and spit out little purple shards of whatever, rock? Die. That's basically what they did. They died. No leaks, but game is over. Yuzu won. Tor playing inside the courthouse. There's the touch from Mick. Psycho just a handful of percentage away from a rush. First one couldn't quite get it done with a beautiful downpour from Maverick. This time, though, downpour is used preemptively to try to stop keys, and they're going to use this. Oh, the consideration's not in time to save key on the point. Sound barrier in play. Molten core left here from Betty, but they're kind of just stuck up against the wall. Still, that extra armor of the Torm coming in handy, and they're surviving for longer than I would have anticipated. Pain will eventually whittle through a Meg, throw a pulse onto this point, and stop this cart, though. Artemis hold against a 4.5-minute time bank on point B.
Score 0-1. Switching sides. Initiating match. Ready for battle.
Kaori says, win Dorado, win series. Map 5 pick is OP. You're not wrong. Because the map 5 pick, you can choose any game type. What makes that so OP, and obviously all the players and staff and stuff in here know this all too well, but being able to choose from any map in the pool that has yet to be played is very powerful indeed. It also makes the map 2 pick super powerful as well,
5,
which is Wizard Cats able to tie this one up.
2, 1. Attackers incoming. Stop the payload.
Can they hold? Can they put up a better defense than Artemis to move up to match point and take this all-important map 3? Zuero, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you being here. Hey, put up a great couple maps. Leave it at the hands of Psycho here. Drop down from Key. Feels they've got Maverick in enough of a vulnerable position to try to put some pressure onto the tank. Ends up just holding on to the cart for a moment. Ooh, stuck around a little bit longer than they probably should have. Does not make the leap out. Try to get in the window. Gets blocked by the jagged wall. Maverick will find the kill. Follow up onto Mick as well. Duck goes sliding into the back. You know when you're popping your cooldowns, go forward and find exit picks. Things are going well for you. This should be a one and done at point A for Artemis. This is looking... Ooh, I say that. No, there's time for a recontest. They weren't able to get that late pick. But it did only take one fight to get all the way to the back of Courtyard, as opposed to this usually being a two-stage affair. Consider rush available for both of our teams here, though. This fight could get explosive. Maverick with a significant lead on their ult and a significant pair of picks already in this fight. Turning it into 3, but give me 4. Duck steals away the 4th, but it's a gong of death and a massive time bank there for Iliad Artemis. Box victory within sight here on point B. I want to be on this map, but I'm not what you want me to do. Fair enough. I think you got a bright future ahead of you, Zero. Oh. Oh, no! Oh, no! Well, if there's one way to bolster, to embolden a high time bank defense, you know, good double K pulse to start it off. That's certainly a prime way to do it. We've up from Maverick. Key fading, going all the way back to Mega side and jumps back in. Good Suzu does protect against the downpour. Does Key find any more success? Hard to tell. Overclock for Biddy won't find anything. Does actually shut down Duck, importantly enough, through the block of Maverick. I don't know if it's going to be enough for the cast to hold on to this point, though. Key held on the objective. Cart oh so close. And Artemis within reach of match point. PC hanging up on above the objective. Key swapping over to a ball. You do have Mick on the case as well here to try to stall out. Payne misses with the pulse. Defense able to stall long enough to get some reinforcements onto this point, but now they have Kitsune rush to face down. Key with no choice but to roll into the heart of it to hold this cart at bay. Mick falls shortly after, and that's the cap. Artemis will take their map pick on Dorado and move up to that 2-1. I usually use that time to go put the point on the board. I was just so enamored with the Tracer that I didn't even go put the point on the board. Oh, hold on, let me fix that. There we go. So we're back to a Wizard Cats pick. Colosseo or recent ban. Immediately putting the ban in so I don't forget. They continue to target tanks here. So we've had what, Hazard targeted? We've had Orisa targeted, and the Diva as well. We've also had the Winston banned out from Artemis. So we've had 4 tanks banned out here in this series. Every map we've seen a tank ban. Look at the stats for map 3. Hey, Mick staying alive, equivalent to the rest of the team there in that map. Whew, look at the damage difference from Maverick, though. Holy hell. Good Lord, Maverick had a map. Maverick back on that Hazard. Holy cow. That fadeaway downpour was nasty. That was so good. That was so good. Savvy Mammy, thank you for the follow.
Arriving at Colosseo. Initiating match.
All right, let's get into map 4. That's not what I meant. Lamau. That was not what I meant. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm the metal ring player. I'm the metal ring player. My endorsements come from people that are easily impressed. That's what I meant. I did not mean that was about Manoa in any way. Who is back in the game, by the way. So is Dorado, for that matter. Hey, it seems to be a magic combo. Benny finding first pick here. Ooh. But doubling down, Artemis quickly take the player advantage. Continues to swing in what is a messy first fight. Making a lot of work done on this Pharah. But it looks like the mobility of the two DPS with the Lucio are able to kind of dance around here in the 3v3. Pain chasing. A dangerous chase. Runs into a Suzu from Zuero and has to recall out. Am I going to DreamHack Dallas? I may go to... I mean, there's no Overwatch at DreamHack Dallas. So, it's... I have less incentive to be there. But I would still like to go. Little chase around through the high ground, low ground. Just going to get a third person what was going on there. Intimated 2 for 2. Artemis kind of protected their back line, but Cat's able to move in with the tank and secure the cubby now. That is quite the dad joke there, Darkman. That's like dirty, dark dad joke. Something like that. Huge advantage. Mick goes over to a Sombra here. And it's going to put Cats behind through this first fight as far as ultimates are concerned. The economy now heavily swinging in Iliad's favor. Trying to steal it back. Dorado throws a rush into this fight. Feel like the Cats have gotten this hill surrounded. Marnix gets a short-range Kitsune onto the battlefield just before getting pummeled back to spawn. Good defense matrix with Pain providing coverage. Allows this successful disengage, though, from Artemis. Re-engage? God, this has just gotten into a do-si-do. A complete tango of terror on this point. Just leave the overhead. All right, the Cat's finally able to drive Artemis away. You get the hack? Oh! I like the idea to go for the hacks the mega out from underneath Mav there. Oh, yep, don't get phoned. Which I saw the screenshot of that phone got completely robbed by a crazy interaction on that translocate off the map. Overclock from Duck, searching for targets. Does get hacked, means no slide, although I think it's still on CD. Annihilation going the whole time. Salvator did keep everybody else alive through that, other than Duck. So Artemis able to back up to the high ground. Here comes the pursuit from Manoa. Consider a rush off the high ground. I was still thinking about the match chat interaction. Like, that's still just, I don't know. That's probably my neurodivergent brain. That stuck with me. It's like, I was no way calling Manoa a Metal Ring player. Oh my goodness. So that's why I just stay silent. Manoa's gonna find a kill here on Duck. Marnix able to dodge around the virus, swift step climb, get the heck out of there. But here comes the pursuit. Mick! Oh, was looking for the EMP, won't get it. What a headshot out of Marnix. On the escape up the stairs, turns around with the headshot kunai. Mick really wanted the assassination onto that carry to take the Suzu off the table for the subsequent EMP. Man, the tables turned very quickly. We'll say with the D-Mech on the Maverick, Mick's going to get another shot at it. Hey, and another shot at Marnix. Suzu has been used. 10-second window for this EMP, but everybody just kind of scattered here from Artemis. Doesn't look to be a real good EMP target just yet. They're going to reconverge at the top, at least the 3 players that remain from Iliad. Keep an eye on Mick sitting up here. Translocate go invisible. Did make a sound. You heard the drum shot thrown this way because of that audio cue. Continue rush thrown in as we get a clash at the front. EMP threat in the back. Mick is able to find one. That is about it. The rest of the fight kind of took place down here in front of the bot. Bane dancing around. Combines with Maverick and only dropping the one to the EMP. Victor says, I still work in Prod, just a lot more low-key now. Careful, you did Kunoichi? That's awesome. I'd forgotten that or didn't realize that or something. Mick with a forest swap there at the end of that last fight. Maverick gets booped into the corner. Will not... I mean, there wasn't really much place to retreat to anyway. Clever move there out of Mardix. Turns Mick's eye line to the right and Swift steps out the other direction. Just buys that split second needed to get everybody else up safely. But Mondo is right on their heels. Four ultimates here from Cats. And they've gotten past this checkpoint, so if they can win this one out with the sound barrier, it might make it difficult to boop off the side from PZ. Maybe combined with a conk, it was hard to tell. Now Artemis is trying to run away with the bot in lack of having a tank in this fight. The Cats are in control. Should be able to get the lead on this. Let's go check back into that duel with Mick. Now it's PZ down low. Everybody back up to the high ground. Payne's still just kind of left here at Statue. OCE out of pity. Where's Payne lurking? Where's Payne lurking? Comes in, Mick makes the raid. They hear each other greeted on the corner. There goes Payne right past the far. Go ahead and look for some more squishier target down low. But Mick has now the barrage. Well, never mind. Didn't last. Quack on the cast is able to shut it down. Noah's Annihilation's going to fade. The last ultimate for Cats here on this point. They are going to just bail, relinquish control, rotate around and take a fight in the arches. Just to see Carrickle talking about Artemis's ult economy, it's once again very much on top here with 2 minutes to go and a fight in the middle. Payne's going to go all the way in the back line looking for some place to drop this pulse. Oop. Found Benny. Recall's in behind Zuero. I don't think Zuero was expecting a recall to appear right there. Frontline looking a little beaten and battered here from the Cats. Kitsune Rush thrown in despite that fact. PZ still holding on to a sound barrier if they choose so. And you know what? Manoa. Okay. Cleans up in a broken fight here in the middle of the map for control of the bot. Sorry. Make a try, was getting chased there by Payne, excuse me. That was a beautiful hinder. The hinder from Quack prevented the pursuit up to the high ground, bought some time for heals to get onto Maverick. Dropped dead. A couple skulls kind of fluttering in and out of the screen, but nothing locked in. Everybody from Cats are kind of huddled up inside this little room, and a couple of ultimates available from Artemis can be thrown directly into the bakery. Sound barrier to escape, industrial with response, and Mardix to double down. You're going to get the Cats trying to just move into the cubby if they can, so they've at least got a room for escape, but they will not find kills in the 1-for-2 support ult tray. Looping around, Mavericks is hoping to find some squishy underbelly, but good presence from Benevolence. They're able to keep that long sightline clean. Nice turn to find a double tap onto Mardux, and the advantage over to the Cats here with only 10 seconds to go. Noah pushing up the stairs with an Annihilation, running back towards the cart. Barrage will clean duck off of it. I thought Maverick was going to get a touch. I was preparing myself for another little bout here, but the boop is good. The Cats are deny the final fight and are moving to map 5. The second map 5 this season between these two teams.
Miscalculation will cost you everything.
Sorry, I was late in the transition there. For those in chat needing context, all of Tapire is watch partying this right now. Well, hello there, Tanuka Tapire. Congrats on the big 3-0 yesterday. I appreciate y'all hanging out. Virtual. Virtual. Be nice. Artemis with the all-important map 5 pick and his Numbani. With all the dive tanks have already been banned out, Winston, Diva, and Hazard have all been targeted throughout this series. Ooh, we get the Winton ban from the other side. Artemis banning out Winton. All right, got all that information plugged in. Got your Preds paid out. Started from map 5. Let's take a look at some stats from map 4. FACEIT needs to let me cast a game. I don't know, Virtual. I don't know, Virtual. From the way I'm seeing in chat right now, I think you're probably good in chat. I think you're probably good in a chat. Mono is 16-1. With 10k damage. We saw Maverick put up a spectacular performance back on map 3. Really propelled Artemis there on Dorado. Manoa able to answer. Comes in for map 4. Alongside Zuero coming off the bench. Put up an outstanding performance. Over 4,000 more damage. There were Maverick on the other side. Colosseo banned out here from the Cats. FZY was taken. Or Fuzzy was taken. Fuzzy was taken? Yeah, we'll go with that. Thanks for the follow. KR says, not sure about the Numbani pick, but I believe in the process. Manoa in with Saiku. Here for map 5.
Initiating match.
Sorry, I said that and I didn't have the starting roster on the screen for you. I had that. I bet my second cardboard box on Wizard Cats. Anyway, I mean, y'all asked me to pred this one at the beginning. And, well, it ends up being as close as I anticipated. Nearly impossible to pred. But Artemis do get that important win on Dorado, that important pick here. And once again, as I mentioned, perhaps that gives them the very slight edge coming into this map 5. Starting on the defense, Maverick pulls out the Diva. Aw, PZ dropping the GLHF. I just hope everybody has fun.
Engaging thrusters.
incoming. Defend objective A.
All right, Manoa on the hazard. Double flex support look coming in from the Cats. Try to take this high ground. Manoa setting up. Maybe catch Maverick without cooldowns to make a dive into the back line. Or give time for your own DPS to perhaps get something done. Oh, random screenshot to lock in. Command screenshot. So DPS, you in fact get an angle, get something done. While I was doing that, Benny found a kill. Mick does get recall forced out, trying to chase down the final damage on a Maverick, I believe that was. Fizzy Gaming? Is that what it is? Fizzy. Not fuzzy, but fizzy. The staggered recontest easily dealt with. Good focus fire there out of the Cats. Turns into a one and done on point in. I guess technically a 2-win done. There was a recontest. Damn it, I swear I need to delete that one. I should replace that with join my Discord. By the way, join my Discord. Command Discord. I just made it to the public here not too long ago. Easy peasy this time with the opening pick. Traveled on the flanks. Then a 1v2 over by Dorado. Mick comes in to join and try to help out. Recall force, but hey, you know what? Front line of Biddy and Manoa are able to wrestle down Maverick, take them out of mech. This cart continues to roll here through Numbani. Nano and... Oop! Never mind. Oh, I was about to say Kitsune Rush. No Kitsune Rush for you. The ideal first ultimate there for Wizard Cast to try to open that up with taking off before they even get a chance to press Q. Taken out of the equation. Removed as an option. Don't believe the downpour got anything from Manoa there. They tried to get a little too tricky with it. Catch somebody as they were inside, maybe coming around the corner. Marduk's with a counterpunch from the orbital, catches easy of all players. I think Swift step to Manoa and just gets caught. And then we're up there searching for bird nests, apparently. Once again, the Cats have to reset. So despite having all of these ultimates, this is 2 fights in a row where they've never been able to set up to use them. Now it's the Oceana Benevolence, so never mind a rush or an Nano to start it off. It's Benny popping the overclock. Now we get the Kitsune. So the overclock is able to escort the team close enough to try to toss the Kitsune towards the cap, but Duck is able to cover it with this OC. In fact, aggressive position around the Rhino side flank. And that's a nice 3-piece there for Duck. Duck's in chat. And perhaps we get the answer to Kaori's question. And that with Manoa in, we do have the opportunity to swap to this Ramatra, which is exactly what we're going to see. Kind of go into a lot of a slower ground and pound comp. Peasy going to complement that with the Brig as well. Duck doing a great job once again, though, of just covering Maverick down low. Anytime it looks like Maverick is in a bit of trouble, Duck comes through and picks up an elim that would have been, you know, on a player that could have been detrimental to Maverick's survival. We see it happen there, covering Maverick's remake after that self-destruct. Thank you, Asher. Pain card dancing in and out of existence, playing with the multiverse and time itself to build up this pulse bomb. Chase down, seeing the future, predicting where Psycho's gonna go. What a stick! The Nano is back in spawn yet again. Vinny and Peasy have been able to respond to 3v3 on this point. Maverick at literal 1. Mick gives up on chasing Maverick. I mean, all he needed was a melee. It's all right. Returns to get paid on the point. The call was clearly made on the objective. Now the focus turns on to Maverick, but with Marnix on the case, Maverick is staying alive so far, hovering at about that half health mark, long enough for the orbital ready to come on at this point. Nano boost thrown on to Monoa to try to muscle through the beam of life coming down from space. Rally from Easy Peasy into this mix as well. Mick throws a pulse, and between the 3 ultimates, they're able to finally pull Maverick out of that mech and get this cap. That's Benevolence dueling up on the outside. Peasy comes up to join here and try to take control of this wide angle and set up Benevolence for this OC. Beautiful shot, takes Industrial down, holding an ultimate that might have put a stop to this attack. Can't underestimate Duck. Gotta respect the Duck. They will clean off that flank, and it should give time for Industrial to get back into this fight. Paint car setting up on the roof. Artemis' economy continues to be excellent throughout this series. It feels like every time we kind of get into this stage, a bit of a back and forth look up, and Artemis has, 2 check marks up there to the 0 on the other side. Cat's trying to stall and wait. Ooh, a bad drop down from Payne, though. I think Payne had miscalculated where Monoa was in that. Kitsune rushing the 5v4 here for the defense of Artemis. They're able to immediately swing, despite an early mistake there out of the Tracer. Beautiful Kitsune rush in that, and that big ult economy playing a big part there in that fight. Less than 45 seconds remain.
30 seconds remaining.
Payne and Mick dancing along the mega side. Oh, the stick onto Easy Peasy. Peasy comes in to try to shield bash and help out. Ends up just eating a pulse bomb. What a play there out of Payne. Orbital thrown over the front line, and that's gonna be the end of this hold. Psycho was in the back and did get a touch, I believe. Yeah, the OT's going, excuse me, that was Mick, not Psycho. Psycho's on the front line trying to throw an orbital into this fight, but Mick cannot hold on in the 1v3 long enough.
Score 0-2. Switching sides. Initiating match. Ready for battle.
Where's Pancake going? I know I combined those two, but still.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
大丈夫？
Hustle up.
No changes compositionally. Double flex support for both sides. The Juno once again from Mardux, and Psycho sticking into this Ana. Playing a low ground Ana. I don't know if they already got forced off or just... I think they're actually just playing clothes store. Yeah, it looks like they're just playing kind of the clothing store. Bit of a deep push. Oh, I thought Paincar was going to stick it up on that high ground. That would have been a nice spot to hang out, but very risky. Ends up the more cautious move. Might pay off. As I say, that Mav gets demech'd in that back hallway. You do still have both DPS alive and well here for Artemis. Pain eventually able to claim that top high ground that they originally wanted. Duck on the point to clean Monoa off, and despite not having a tank, we're going to get Artemis here with a quick, very much a one and done that time around. This PC did playing down from Rhino. Got, I mean, like, 0 ult charge after that first fight. They swap and swap back. I mean, Psycho makes a swap. Psycho was on the Ana. But PC started off on the carry. Ooh, Mono caught behind a wall. Maverick there. Ends up very separated from the team. Did not respect the wall. I'm guessing got booped back, perhaps, by the violent leap, and then walled off around the corner. I'm putting the electronic dance music EDM, no derp. Hey! Keeping our Marduk trying to get close. Yep, there's the run in. There's the orbital. Good nade lands from Psycho, who has gone back to an Ana, by the way. But Mick, once again, Monoa once again kind of separated from the squad. You see Monoa versus the world out here in front of point B. And will result in an Artemis cap with over 5 minutes left in the clock. This is all that separates Artemis from a third place, or top 3 finish. Benevolence with the OC, Mick making a swap over to a far, and it's not going to happen in this fight. Vinny with a quick pair of picks, and the Wizard Cats are hungry to hold the line here, but they're going to have to do it for another 4.5+ minutes. Once again, we see a staunch economy coming in from Artemis on the other side. Maverick with a drop down. Okay, I thought I might go for a high ground approach. Artemis getting nicely set up. Pankar in position, but Benevolence is going to come down. The Continuous does come in from Industrial. Beautiful bio nade. Lands from Psycho. Able to kind of slow the roll on that ingress. Just the one ultimate expended, and a late pick from Benny bodes well here for the Cats. So a creeping side flank here from Pain. You hear the rockets being poured down onto Maverick. Maverick having to deal with a lot of damage up front. Ooh, Duck gets picked. This flank looking more and more important. A little bit of space picked up here, but Mondo immediately takes it away. No Soj, no Juno in this battle. And the carry is not going to be enough to keep Maverick alive through all of the pummels. Mitt poured in rockets for those late picks. Minute and 30 ads. No! Unfeatured, thank you for the sub. Sorry about the ads. 3:08 to go. Now I want to double check and make sure we're not getting ads here for the rest of this. Make sure there's no pre-rolls going. I'll check if we get another team fight. Barrage from Mick. We got Nano available as well as the Annihilation. But here come a lot of tools flying at him. Mavericks are going to catch Mick, take them out of the barrage. Orbital now thrown in. Vinny's able to get one, but Maverick is going to cut them down. 4v3, favoring Artemis on this point. Vinny can return with an overclock, and so far it looks like Manoa's holding the line. But the shield has now broken. The Nemesis popped. The wall up behind them. They got to duck around it. Shot lands in the mick of the back line. Vinny has returned, pops the OC, and the rest of Artemis is going to dip with 2 minutes to go. Let me check those pre-rolls. All right, pre-roll off at 34 minutes. You should be good for the rest of this. Kitsune rush from PC to try to hold the line. 2 minutes to go. This card is dangerously close. 11 centimeters separates win from loss. Ends tournament life. Or hold on by a thread. Pain card looping around the backside. Excuse me, that was Doc who was trying to play this wide side flank. Maverick leaps in to get Mick, but you know what? Not before they're able to take Pain out of this fight. Maverick and Industrial, the only ones left in a 2v3. They are going to back up to the corner. Pain playing from the high ground with the pulse. Mick is long down coastal side. Deep range to try to find all of those rockets. Ooh, has a raid on Pain. Pain's still going to blink into ATM. Starts putting shots onto Manoa. This might just be the focus. A lot of damage into Manoa. Forces out the Nemesis form early, but a big bio-nade on the Maverick. They're not able to pursue. In fact, Manoa gets the nano. Manoa trying to turn the tides here. Stopped in their tracks by a jagged wall. 48 seconds to go. 93% towards an annihilation. Mick close to a barrage as well, but once again, Artemis with check marks in the pocket, including this orbital ray thrown right over the box of victory. Manoa with the wall at their back has to pop the annihilation immediately. Mick goes down, not able to get their ult into this fight. Industrial with a late consuming rush might just push this one over the line. Manoa is trying to hold, but they're going to have to do it without Vinny in this fight. Peasy gets dropped. Pain will get the kill into the back line. Maverick will get the kill into Saiku. It's just Manoa left, trying to save Cat Season, but it will not last. Mick gets one in a desperation effort, but Artemis crosses the line into top 3 here in Season 4. What a valiant attempt at a 4.5 minute hold. What a valiant attempt. Incredible. Another nail biter. Another nail biter series. Oof. Hey, no, they went down fighting. They went down fighting and featured. You know, I'm speaking to you from the future. You can be proud to know that this one is not given away. This one goes down to the wire, fought with every last breath. God, I'm excited to see y'all's reactions to that one. God, what a finish. What a finish. Manoa 17k on the tank. Kind of swapping time with Key. You know, we were having to play some Hazard there where you maybe prefer to play the Ramatra. Filling 2 very different size shoes, 2 very different style of gameplay. Hey, we saw Maverick do that all day long as well, though. Duck with a ton of damage. Also leads Artemis in deaths for that map. Benny 25-7 with 13.7k damage there for Cats. Unbelievable. Just kind of watching the last moments of that. What a great series. What an amazing series. Oh, what a joy to get this one on. I'm so glad we were able to get this one on for you tonight. Oh, man. Oh, man. Well, big congrats to Artemis. I mean, big congrats to Wizard Cats, too. Your season ends here, but you end up in 4th place in your return to Expert Division. You earn a spot in Master Division for Season 4. I mean, all of your losses are absolute nail biters, it feels like. A hell of a run through loser's bracket. I mean, Wizard Cats had to do this whole thing through loser's bracket too, right, y'all? I mean, against some very tough opponents. Against some very, very tough opponents. It was a great run from the Cats. So pleased that I got to get to know y'all a lot better here in Season 4. And I can't wait to see what you have for us in Season 5. But you know what? We get the Iliad versus Iliad lower bracket finals. Yep, virtual. You're putting it up there as I'm bringing it up here. Even though we're out of time sync, we do get the Iliad versus Iliad lower bracket finals currently under my big dome.